So I would definitely say the financial system, the banks are adopting crypto first. They see revenue in it. That's their main interest. First they hated it, then they fight it, and now they see the revenue and they need to take part or the train will leave.
Nice to have you here in Singapore, and welcome to BeInCrypto Podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right, tell us about your service.
About our service, sure. So I'm the founder and CEO of ThorWallet. From the very first day, our vision was to bring financial services based on the blockchain and DeFi technology, which is open, fair, and transparent to the people. And when I mean financial services, it's non-custodial, so not just hold and receive, but basically also trading, swapping, perpetuals are possible for hedging or playing around, of course, but then also savings account, earning functionalities. Basically all financial services, I would say, a human being needs can be now delivered with DeFi. And we want to make this accessible to the people from the very first day, and this hasn't really changed.
Considering there are lots of wallet services, so what differentiates ThorWallet from others?
Yeah, very good question. And we are very well aware that there are many wallets out there. We also see, I would say, a consolidation phase, actually since we started. And we tried to carve out some verticals where we pioneer. So for example, we were the first wallet to allow native cross-chain swaps from Bitcoin to Ethereum, for example, ever in the space. Now we have expanded this obviously to much more layer one as well. Other wallets have caught up with that narrative as well. Unwrapped tokens, native tokens is the thing. So cross-chain swaps, but generally with the vision to be able to swap any token from any ecosystem to any token to another ecosystem. Basically what a centralized exchange is doing, just fully on DeFi rails. We have covered this already with like 20,000 tokens, but there are many more tokens. So we're maybe 2 years out, I'd say, maybe 3 max, until you can swap any token to any token, fully based on DeFi. Then we have moved further. It was very clear to us very soon after started building that when we bring DeFi to the users, to the daily life right now is still happening with fiat currencies, MasterCards, Visa cards, bank infrastructure. So we integrated a native Swiss bank into ThorWallet. Again, we were the first one to do this. And now this is optionally, this is KYC'd, obviously, because it's fair currency. Everything else is fully non-custodial with no middlemen, just DeFi technology. But once you've did the KYC there, you have a very easy way to go in and out of crypto and spend everywhere a MasterCard is accepted. And we support multi-currencies, so it's actually a Swiss bank account with Swiss francs, dollars, euros, and Chinese yuan. With
Chinese yuan
as well.
Wow.
Yes. Which is very cool. We partnered there with a Swiss bank / fintech. And so also there we were basically able to fuse DeFi with TradeFi or the financial system. And then we went another step forward. We are a hot wallet, a seed wallet, so you have your seed phrase. But we also want to have a hyper secure version where you have a multi-signature wallet. So you can co-sign with multiple devices, 2 devices, 3 devices, could be a laptop, a second phone. It could be a friend or your DAO partner or treasury partner around the globe. When they can co-sign for any token in any chain. So it's not just EVM based, but it's since the technology is basically chain agnostic, TSS based, pretty much every blockchain works. So Litecoin, Bitcoin, Solana, Base, everything works out of the box. So we are a multi-signature solution too, which is hyper secure. So you don't need a hardware device in theory anymore. Our treasury fund, for example, is managed with our own technology. So we started to carve out always some verticals where we want to be better than the competition, basically.
Good. Why is it named Thor?
So it's named Thor because originally I was looking for a technology that allows for savings accounts or deposit accounts for crypto for my friends who already have crypto now, but they should earn on it. And then I was doing due diligence, which technology does support that with unwrapped assets. So native Bitcoin, not wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum. And by the time only ThorChain was working on basically a technology that would in theory enable that. So I reached out to the team asking, are you planning to do like this? Yes. After reviewing various technologies. And they said, yes, that's the plan, but right now we're focusing on the swaps first, because ThorChain in the end is a decentralized custody solution, where you have native custody of Bitcoin, native custody of all the assets they support. So you can do multiple things with it. Actually, you can do trading, lending and borrowing, you can do many things. And they said they're now focusing on enabling swaps first, cross-chain swaps. And I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense. How about I switch our business plan around, and instead of building an app for savings, I just build a wallet where you can swap cross-chain. And they loved it. It was all anonymous and very early days of ThorChain. And that's basically the origin. So the origin came from ThorChain. Now ThorChain is one provider we use to enable cross-chain swaps, but we have various. So by now ThorChain has multiple competitors, and we're very agnostic. We cater to our users. They should always get the best quote and always have a backup. So they should never be without a quote. Basically, when they want to swap or trade or do something, we deliver that service. So I would say now we have outgrown just the ThorChain community, you can say. Also with the MasterCard integration, the bank integration, but we stick to the name. We never.
You have not abandoned me.
No.
Okay. How do you see the future of banks and crypto? The relationship between two of them. I mean, would banks adopt the crypto first, or would the crypto evolve into bank-style financial system first?
So I would say the dominant system, obviously, is still the traditional financial system, and the world runs with it. And DeFi is a fast-growing, but still a niche compared to the traditional financial system. I can say, for example, in Switzerland, that all major banks except UBS have already crypto services. So we have, the states are called cantons, and even the canton banks, which are partially state-owned, so they have a full state guarantee, offer crypto services where you can buy and hold Bitcoin. So they are adopting very fast now. Everyone, basically accepts it. Switzerland had also the first two crypto banks, Amina Bank and Sygnum, which were fully focused just on crypto. So I would definitely say the financial system, the banks are adopting crypto first. They see revenue in it. That's their main interest. I mean, first they hated it, then they fight it, and now they see the revenue and they need to take part or the train will leave. Totally fine. But going forward, I think it will more and more work hand in hand. So we are building this DeFi in parallel. Now the centralized banks use centralized custody, but they will start to offer financial services based on the DeFi rails too. Maybe first it will be gated, whitelisted, but more and more it will open up. You will see the states with central bank digital currencies or generally stable coins. Also stable coins being integrated into the traditional financial system already now. Visa is using it for settlement. I would say quite successfully too. So you will see it work together. And in my opinion, eventually, simply because DeFi is the superior technology, it will surpass. Very similar to the car industry where the petrol engines eventually probably will fade out. They have a revival. It's like traditionally proven that past technology, once challenged, gets again a little bit better, but eventually the superior technology will win.
All right. Well, having two pillars to merge into one in the future will be a very interesting thing to watch in the future for us. We're kind of a lucky generation, I think. But at the same time, for the DeFi and the crypto services, crypto finances, there are certain barriers for the users, for their non-crypto users to get an access to, like gas fees, user experience, network congestions. How do you see the future of such problems, and how do you plan to overcome those difficulties?
Yeah. Our goal is eventually to offer a fintech-like experience where the user does not know or feel that there is blockchain technology involved, which right now he still does. There are features popping up now everywhere, such like universal gas tanks where you top up one account and then this account is used to pay for gas fees across two blockchains. Totally agree that this is a great solution. Every wallet will adopt it. At some point, probably there is subscription services or fees, or just the wallets, they pay the fees themselves, the gas fees for the users, just as a service to offer that service compared to other wallets who do not offer that service. Then it's a great service. So you would use that wallet which offers this service for free, for example. Once you have a certain size and you can afford to pay this for the users, it's a great expense. I'm happy to carry that. And yeah, so it's very important that we push the blockchain technology into the backend. And again, if I'd like to compare it to past technologies, it was very cumbersome in the early days of the internet when you had to connect your modem, which made those funny sounds, right? And then it was slow, and maybe the internet broke, or if someone in the house picked up the phone in that time, then the connection broke. But nowadays you have 5G everywhere. Soon as the plane lands, you're like, ding, ding, I'm connected again. Very similar to DeFi, where we're still early, actually faster growing than the internet itself used to back then in terms of user metrics. And the technology is evolving very fast. So I'm very much looking forward that in a couple of years, all those problems will be solved, and blockchain is just like a technology used. And the normal users, they don't care. They just use the service. Again, this was our vision from the early days, and we tried to bring DeFi to the users, to their daily lives. And every year we make progress.
As far as the regulation is concerned, how do you see the changes and evolution is going toward?
I think very important, self-custody is a cornerstone of blockchain, of DeFi. It's being challenged by regulators, probably pushed, by the traditional competition that it doesn't like it and that likes to have power over the users and do not care about privacy. So it's very important for the industry to be aware that there are probably more challenging times are coming from regulators that say they want to crack down for privacy reasons to protect the users, whereas self-custody, I think, is fully safe. But at the same time, which we are very fortunate, blockchain technology, DeFi technology, and self-custody, peer-to-peer with no middleman, if built correctly and fully decentralized, cannot be stopped. Which also, again, the smart regulators are aware of. If you build truly decentralized financial products that are not pseudo-decentralized, where a small team still have the admin key, or they're just 4 nodes instead of maybe 100 or 10,000 nodes, which is fully decentralized, you cannot shut it down. And self-custody peer-to-peer, if it's open source, you cannot shut it down. So the smart move for the regulator here is actually to work with it instead of against it. And I would say many nations see that. For example, Switzerland, I think, very progressive, but also others like European Union, rather the opposite. So again, very interesting times ahead. But generally, I'm pretty relaxed because the technology will win.
Smart countries, smart regulators, who else do you see other than Switzerland?
Those who are positioning themselves now as global hubs. For example, Hong Kong is now pushing very hard. Dubai is pushing hard. The United States is now pushing hard, although there is always a question mark there because he can change his mind fast. But yeah, the last few decisions in relation to crypto were good for crypto.
Great. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's all